Hi guys, thank you for joining today. It's 4:02, so we're starting just on time. So I want to say thank you for the opportunity to talk to you today. I know I originally said that we were going to do like buy sells and key person and business insurance and things like that, but I figured I'd flip the script a little bit and talk about retirement plans. One of the big value propositions of being where you are today is you have the ability to sell whatever your client needs. And we're going to talk today on why focusing on small business owner strategies, especially retirement plans, is a great way to prospect and solicit for business. So, again, any questions, feel free to put them in the Q&A section. Uh, and I'll be able to answer them throughout the presentation or at the end. Also, we have less than well, no, we have we have about a week and 2 days, so nine days before we start the great collaboration. So tgcconference.com. I believe everyone that is in here so far. I will see you in about a week and 2 days. So looking forward to it. I'll be in Texas from May 8th to May 15th, and then I will be coming back home. But if you guys need to schedule time with me while I'm in Texas, if you are getting my newsletter, there's a QR code on there that you can hit up and we can schedule an appointment to sit down. Dallas specifically, I know Texas is rather large, but when I get back, on the 15th, I have about 8 more days before I head off for the old family vacation. We're going out of country, a little country called Italy. So I'll be gone for that. I'll be back on the 3rd. And then I have an AIG conference I have to go to from the 5th to the 10th. So the end of May, beginning of June is going to be a little busy. I will have my cell phone on me, so you guys can feel free to text or call me. Understand there might be a delay, but let's dive in here. So, small business owner strategies. We're going to focus on retirement plans today, and what they can do for you. So, just understand again that, me personally, I have over 18 years experience. Point of sale is what I love to do. So, if you need help with clientele, point of sale is where I can do a lot for you, help you grow the pipeline and opportunity. We did actually sell a total of 200 million in coverage to a high net worth individual for 11 different carriers. Now they ended up only taking half of that, 100 million with 5 carriers, but we're coming back for more this year, so I can't complain. I've partnered with financial advisors, independent agents, even career agents. So once again, you guys know I have more of that trainer coach mentality approach, especially with the multi-carrier environment. So if you're new to multi-carrier, haven't been in it for a while, feel free to reach out for any questions. And what we're going to talk about really today is why retirement plans, what's the target market, type of product that we use, and then the process. So why retirement plans? And we talk about nice question to kick off the day. What percentage of small businesses or business owners do not have a pension plan? Is it 5%? 85%, or all small businesses have a retirement plan? Well, the answer is 85% of businesses do not have a retirement plan. Therefore, we call it opportunity knocking at the door. So you think about that, a lot of people are not focused on retirement when they have a business. They are thinking of different opportunities and different things, like how to keep the business afloat, that they're not focused on that forever goal down the line. So we look at some statistics here. We look at the market. 26 million small businesses or business firms in the United States with less than 20 employees. So 92% compromise all the businesses in the United States. So as you can see, the majority is what you would consider small business. There's a total of 5 trillion in assets existing in 401ks and other defined contribution plans. So we can talk about that and how you could possibly reposition that. 75% of Americans indicate they do not feel very confident that they're saving enough for retirement. So, again, this quarter that we talked about is all focused on retirement objectives. Prior conversations that we had, over 60% of people are more worried about outliving their money than they are dying. Well, once again, we have a very big problem on our hands. Some of my younger agents on the call here probably know this, that a lot of people their age are not focused on 50, 60, 70 years old. They're focused on next 5 months. So it's a different conversation. And boomers, they're pretty close to retirement at this point, but really need to accelerate that retirement saving strategy to get to retirement more comfortably. So, what we like to say is that working with retirement or working with business owners is the gift that keeps on giving. So, it opens the door for life insurance opportunities for the employer, employees, and then obviously from there, you do what you do best. You network, you ask for referrals. I mean, heaven forbid you say, "Hey, did I do a good enough job for you? Is there someone you think that would benefit from me talking to as well?" There's no shame in that at all, from the standpoint of if you're doing the right thing for your clients, wouldn't they want to pass on your information to someone else? Retirement plans do provide passive income. Every time the employee contributes to the retirement plan, you get paid. So every pay period, which is about every 2 weeks, equals a compensation opportunity for you. And then if the employee leaves, that's separation from service. Now you have that rollover opportunity or transfer to, say, an annuity. So think about that. When you are thinking about opportunities or people in your local area, gas station owners, how often do you talk to the gas station owner? So if you think about that, they usually have a repair shop next to it as well. This is a big one. When you talk about a coffee shop, how many times have you gone into a local coffee shop, and then you approach, the person at the front, just say, "Hey, this is a wonderful shop. I'd love to compliment the owner. Are they available?" And, wait to see. Same thing when you go get your lunch, you go to a mom and pop deli, talk to the business owner. Every time you go to a dentist, a doctor, dry cleaners. So right across the street from me, we have a Publix grocery store. And then next to it, there's a veterinarian hospital, the tiny one, like a ER for animals. We've got a pizza shop, we've got a sushi restaurant, we've got a martial arts studio and a dry cleaner and a nail salon. So I've got like 6 or 7 opportunities right across the street from me. And that's the kind of stuff that people overlook or don't even think about because they're too busy focusing on their day to day. So, what do retirement plans give you in the small business market? Anyone ever think of tax deductions? Yikes. I know for me, last year was my first full year as a business owner. And sweet mother of God, I wish I had the opportunity to put more money away for deductions. I'm not making that same mistake twice. So, tax deductions is a huge opportunity. Mr. and Mrs. Business Owner, how are your tax deductions this year? We just finished April. A lot of them are filing for extensions because they don't want to pay the taxes right now. So that's where you're going to really have a conversation with them. If I could show you a way where I could save you on deductions, help you build your retirement nest egg, and also keep employees, because if you think about this, this is a big opportunity for them to keep their employees and retain them over them going to a different organization that might offer them $50 more, you know, not per hour, but in general in their paycheck. So, and it is an underserved market. So, like I said before, there's trillions of dollars in small businesses. 92% of them make up the United States, but yet no one is thinking about approaching them because they may not know exactly what to do. So, benefits to the business owner, big one, reduction of taxes. So, that is huge. All these contributions are tax deductible. The business owner also gets write-offs for putting the plan together. On top of that, your earnings are growing tax deferred. So as you're putting money into your own retirement plan, may not all be tax deductible, but it could bring your tax bracket down. And the most important thing is employee retention and attracting higher caliber employees. When you have the ability to retain your employees, it costs a lot of money when employees leave. You have to bring someone new in, they might have to negotiate packages and stuff like that. So, is it easier to retain employees and appreciate them versus hiring new ones? Absolutely. And now you have a way where the business owner can get tax deductions for doing so. So, your target market, all businesses. Okay. We can talk about sole proprietors. So, everybody on this call that I've talked to, for the most part, has gotten an LLC. An LLC, they might be a sole proprietor inside of that LLC, and they might do this thing called sell life insurance. Well, if you take a K1 or a W2 income for your LLC, then you have the ability to start a 401k. We can also do set plans, simples, IRAs, and things like that. But as you can see here, sole proprietor, C Corp, S Corp, LLCs, professional service corporations. I honestly don't know what that is, but everything else I know pretty well. But when we talk about these types of clientele, you think you start out with them. So that's new business coming in. You can do this with growing businesses, established successful businesses, and then even businesses winding down. So there's always a life cycle that you have with this, and you can interject or be part of any one of the cycles that we have going here. So who to look for? What I would say is probably 1 to 100 employees. I could say, we could probably go up to about 200 employees. Okay. No franchisees, unions, or associations. So the biggest one that I've run into is when you have a business owner, say I, Phil Resch, am in a LLC with 5 other people, and we own 6 hotels. Well, I have another LLC with other people, and we own 5 hotels. Well, because my social is aligned with both, then it could be linked, and I'd have to provide 401ks for both of them. So I've had some people who are like, well, I want to be selective. I only want to do this LLC and not this one. Uh, that's where we can talk to the team about what's viable and what's not. So just to kind of keep that in mind, we want to look for, 1 to 200 employees. Please don't try and solicit Google or, someone like that, or Microsoft. And, think once again about those businesses that you touch daily, the ones you're building relationships with. Where to look? Existing clients. So I know a lot of you on the call are already independent, people who own your own business. And typically, when you talk about that, you're talking to other people who own their own businesses as well. It usually attracts similar people. CPAs are a great resource, huge resource. Okay. Why is that? CPAs hold the money, they know what type of businesses that they work with. I'm talking with a CPA right now that actually works with the Memphis Grizzlies, as well as a giant hotel that they're putting right next to the Grizzly Stadium. So, they know where people like that have the money, and why you need to talk to them. There's some databases, and I'll show you those websites here towards the end where you can solicit and look. Community involvement. So, show of hands, people who have actually gone to, a booth at some type of event. I've done that, and you end up meeting different people, whether they're vendors there that you want to network with, understand their business and how you can help them. or the clientele that are at those events as well. So it doesn't always have to be the people in the crowd. It could be the other business owners that you're with. Mail out campaigns, that's the old school way. I don't know how successful that is. I haven't mailed anything out yet. It's always the email, or even cold calling. So if any of you are brave enough to pick up the phone, we have a couple little scripts in here too that you can use to kind of get started. And then the big thing would be get them on a webinar, Zoom setup, and then we could have a better conversation with them. So what type of prospects are we looking at here? I mentioned a few already, but if you think about it, you've got beauty salons. That's a good one. Anything medical related, doctors, dentists, small restaurants. I went out to California or Colorado with my buddy. We went to an Italian restaurant, and the guy's walking around asking everybody how the food is, and you can simply talk to them right there and say, I think the food is fantastic. How long have you been doing this? So now you're fact finding, you're asking questions. I'd love to share with you some of the stuff that I do around financial planning for successful people such as yourself. Oh, thank you, this and that. And then say, I'd love to come back when you have 15 minutes to spare and just talk about X, Y, and Z. And we go from there. Other big ones, I would say, law office is a good one. You have higher income bracket type people there. Dental practice, look at that one. Insurance agent, insurance agency. Once again, those who you talk to, independent contractors. Come on, people, let's get creative here. So it doesn't always have to be a giant corporation. And if you want to do a solo 401k, we can do that, and you can do it for yourself. And so things like that are possible in this scenario. Tech companies, I think there's a few of you who know some people in the tech industry. Coffee shops, same thing. So we just have to understand that there's prospects and opportunities everywhere. Uh, the products, again, we have two different types. There's defined benefit plans, which is typically funded by the company and define your benefit. Then defined contribution plans, that is you funding your contributions based off of your paycheck to said retirement plan. And we have them all. So defined benefit plans, your 412(e)(3) plans, traditional defined benefit plans, or even a cash balance option. Defined contributions is typically where we would rest our hats. 401ks, Roth 401ks, safe harbor plans, solos, and profit sharing plans. And I will share with you my 401k and profit sharing plan that my wife and I can do. We did a sample last year, looking to implement that this year as well. And so we think of 401k takeovers too. So the company that we partner with is Anico, American National. They're a Dallas-based company. And think about it this way: assets are transferred to American National. So they're with another company, say it's like Paychex, okay? And then we talk to them at this stage and we find out that we have more cost advantageous products, better sub accounts, and they decide that they're going to transfer it. Well, as the assets are transferring, now you're getting paid a commission on all those monies being rolled over. And then at that point, the Anico takes over as the administrator. And now you have the ability to get those commissions as they're coming in as well. So you're getting the money coming in from a prior business. Then you're getting commissions every time people are subscribing or putting money into their retirement plan. So we talk about American National. Why do we work with them? They have a plan design that I'll share with you. Lower fees, again, for that smaller business market. You have quantity and quality of investment choices, and I'll share those with you. Investment advice options. So guess what? You don't have to give the investment advice to the clients. Legally, you can't anyway, but Anico has those people available for investment advice. They have an internal TPA, third party administrator. Typically, if you have an external TPA, the cost can be elevated depending on what they go for. It's built inside here. and basically it's a one-stop shop. So fee structure is a little old from this standpoint. I actually ran mine, and I think it was like 550 for the setup or the installation. And then depending on how many employees you have, it ranges on the administrative fee. But as you can see here, you have all different fees for all different types of products. Depending on what you're looking for, they would help set that up for you. And how do they do this? That's always the fun question. Well, if you'll notice here the words VA, a lot of us on this call are not FINRA registered. So how can you sell a VA? Well, they are a non-registered VA. So you do not need a FINRA license to solicit clients to get a 401k plan. So as it says here, no securities licenses. 50 plus investment options over 7 fund families, and you can see how they do on Morningstar. For those who don't know what Morningstar is, it's an opportunity where you can see the fund families and their performance track history, 1, 3, 5, 10 inception, timeframes. Fund families we look at: Federated, Invesco, MFS Securities, T. Rowe Price, Fidelity, Algier, and Federated Hermes. Now, Federated and Federated Hermes, I'm sorry, I don't know them. But when you look at the other ones, MFS, very popular, T. Rowe Price, Fidelity, Algier, Invesco keeps doing commercials for their QQQ stuff. So the name is out there. They're very big companies to invest with. And what I like about it is you have all the necessary things to put a full portfolio together over here. Target funds like this, it targets a certain year. So if you were retiring towards a certain time frame, they would invest heavy on aggressive, and then it would shift towards conservative as you got closer. Um, but once again, understanding that you have a bunch of different options, just like you would a traditional 401k, that's why this is so advantageous. And if you think about what I've said in prior presentations, the most important thing to remember is you want to diversify your portfolio for retirement. We have tax deferred vehicles like this, and then we have tax never vehicles like a 401 or like a LIRP, a life insurance retirement plan. They work together, they don't work against each other. The idea is that you give your client enough buckets to help them retire comfortably, then we've done our job. But if you throw them all in one bucket, you are tipped or weighted too much on one side. You need to share that risk or that opportunity. So as I already mentioned, you have Morningstar available, active investment management, so you can see how everything is running, zero cost to the employer. And it's just another value add to say put credibility with the product. You have process. So how does it work? Small business market. What to say? What to say, not what to say. Are you maximizing your tax deductions? What do you mean? Well, do you have retirement plans for you and your consumer? If yes, you do. We offer a free review of your retirement plans. So we can possibly save some costs for you. And we can even upgrade the portfolio while saving you some money. No, how can I show you? This is how I can show you to make some opportunities to save on taxes, integration of 401k plans. So all we have to do is complete a census form. So really your goal is to pique interest and get information. And then what we would do is fill out a form, which I'll show you in just a little bit. So if you think of clients without a plan, we've got this jazzy little call script that you can use if you want to call people, and some opportunities there to kind of guide them down the path. If you feel uncomfortable with that, if you can get them on the conversation, and then from there, set up a Zoom where we can all have a conversation together, I'm more than willing to help. Clients with a plan, we've got a conversation for that as well. Now, if you'll notice one thing, and it goes back to everything that I've always said, ask a lot of questions to get to the response that you're looking for. The more questions you ask, the better the opportunity is for you to get the answer that you're looking for because you can guide them down the right path to get them where they need to be. Unknown prospects. So, you think about this. Again, you have to be sure to be compliant with do not call laws. And once again, this is like you're just calling a cold call, a raw call. Once again, we have call scripts for that and even conversation starters here. So, once again, it goes back to asking a lot of questions. We even have pre-approved letters. I'll show you on the site where you can get all of these. So if you want to do snail mail, might be something that's a little popular coming back. Everyone likes to open a letter every once in a while, as long as it's not spam, right? But opportunity here is you can share people, why it's so important to have a conversation about retirement. Who knows? So how does the process work? It's very, very, very easy. All we need is a census done, receive and review the proposal. Once we finish the census, present the solution, and if they like it, we're off to the races. So we talk about some of the benefits here, the design info and everything that we need, and then ultimately we integrate that into the actual census. So here is page 1 of the census. Now you'll see here, you got your information there, the business information here, what type of goals and objectives do they have. Most of the time they don't know what they want, so you can check here for we're not sure, and they'll do the rest. The next page, oh, sorry, there's little arrows here. I like drawing, sorry. There's arrows coming up on this one too, so I won't use the drawing. But so you'll have right here your contributions. Are they consistent? Is it variable like commission? Is there a high employee turnover? Do you have existing plans? And I think this is important. So right here, where it says important, it'll say, please submit along with this form these documents. Now, if someone says, what documents are those? Then they should probably already know that because that's part of what you need for a 401k. So going to their HR department, going to their secretary, whoever does it, will know exactly what forms those are because they're the ones who put it together. And any additional comments you can put down below. And then the last page is your money page. Why do I say your money page? What do we need for insurance? Name, date of birth, and let's see, where is it? Salary. So now you also have a prospect list. So every single person they put on there, name, date of birth, salary. Guess what, Mr. and Mrs. Smith? You know what else I do as you're onboarding them? I also help people protect themselves against things that go bump in the night. In case you don't make it home tonight, I think it'd be very important for you to sit down with me and talk about some insurance and protection plans as well. So once again, you're building your prospect list just by helping the people up top, and then you're getting them all down below. So that's why I say it's kind of interesting when people are like, well, how do you get referrals and more business? Talk to more business owners. They've got employees. They want to take care of their employees. And these are the websites I was talking about before. When you're looking for places to solicit for people who may already have 401k plans, and opportunities to maybe find them a better choice. And so we think about that in the opportunities that you have. You can sift through that, see if you want to send out blast emails. We do have a marketing team that if you wanted to, we can also focus on what we call geo-targeted marketing. So if you're in a geographic area and you want to partner with us on our marketing side, we can talk about packages that could get you what we call geo-targeted marketing. Why Valor? Why do I always say Valor? We provide opportunity for you as an agent or agency. So we have scope, we have scale and opportunity to work with 30 plus carriers at our fingertips. Now, for those who are newer to the industry, we might want to stick with what I call a core five, just to make sure that you aren't, applying everywhere. But these are some examples of things that we've done in the past where an agent works, say, at a different organization, and he applied for a total of four policies here. All got declined due to lack of financials. Well, we found a favorable carrier when it came to financials, and he made $356,000. So that led to another opportunity, which we're working on now. We go on the other side, diabetes. So anyone know people who have a touch of the sugar? 8.0 A1C, able to secure a standard non-tobacco. That is the flexibility and opportunity that you have working in a multi-carrier area. Some of you I know have come from, say, a final expense area. I will say when it comes to this side of the coin, you will have full underwriting. However, the compensation and growth trajectory that you can see that we have in our system here will help you understand that you can make more on this side of the fence. You just have to put a little elbow grease into it. Well, I always like to say nothing cheap or quick is going to be long-term opportunities. So you have to work in this industry, you have to keep grinding it out. And we have ways where if you want to build a team, we have a pathway to management, carrier bonuses. For example's sake, I got a nice fat check from Corebridge, and I also have a nice cool trip with Corebridge. One of my other agents is going on a trip with Columbus, as well as a couple other carriers. So we have the ability to grow, build compensation structures from that too. And so there's just a lot of opportunity in this world. And I think really it just starts foundationally speaking with serving business owners. You'll find a greater opportunity to provide a value to them because most of them are thinking about their business and their retirements. So with that, I will share with you a couple quick things. Once again, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the Q&A as I pull these up. But also, the cheap shameless plug, we have the great collaboration coming in 9 days. So tgcconference.com, Dallas, Texas. And it's on May 11th. It's a Saturday. I know it's the day before Mother's Day, but I think your mother would want you to learn how to make money. Just saying. And it's a Hallmark holiday. But this is a 401k that I proposed to myself last year for myself and my wife. And take a look here, $105,000 in potential contributions. So what we were looking at was setup fee about 700 bucks, and the annual fee is about 550 for the two of us. I told them, hey, why don't we put together something like $10,000 each a month in a salary? Okay, so we each make 10,000 a month, and we're going to look at a couple options or opportunities here. We are an S corp, okay, and so keep scrolling down past all the definitions. We have the employee census. So myself, my wife, 50% ownership apiece. And again, this is, last year. I'm older. But we look at compensation, and I said, why don't you give us $120,000 salaries? Total comp 240. And then what they did is they plugged that all in. And now you'll see here, the limit last year was 22,500 per person that you could stuff into a 401k. On top of that, the business, so you have the defined benefit now where they're going to give me and my wife an additional $30,000 to put into our retirement plans. So that gives us 52,500 a piece that we could max out and put into our 401k plans per year. So that gives us tax deductions. We can bring down our taxable, limits so we don't owe more to Uncle Sam, and we can kick those tax deferrals down the road. Now, once again, these are opportunities. This is just two people. Okay. So think about it, if you have 20 people, 50 people, 100 people putting in into their 401k every single 2 weeks or bi-monthly, you're going to get compensation every time they put it in. So if I do my own 401k on my own plan, guess what? I'm going to get a commission for every dollar that I put into my 401k. It does not mean I'm going to get 22,500 commission on this case. Think of it like an annuity. Think like around 3 or 4%. But as you have several businesses that get into this pipeline that continues to grow, become recurring revenue, and now you have a baseline as you continue with the variable side on selling life insurance as well. So there's a lot of cool things that you could do with this to, again, bring up your value proposition as not an insurance agent, you're a financial services professional offering various lines. That's why I did come up with that idea of the great collaboration, because of the fact that we are actually talking about several different things at this event. So we talk about 3 key sales for immediate growth, LERPs. Okay. We've got our marketing team talking about different marketing packages that are available. We've got prospecting power strategies. This is with an organization that works with business owners, and he doesn't sell buy sell agreements to them, but he talks about buy sell agreements. So your prospect or your business owner might pay $600 for a 6 week course, but they're going to get value out of it, and then they're going to come back to you for that opportunity. Um, I'm talking about alternative asset strategies. So we have ways where you can offer different things aside from just life insurance, retirement plans, annuities, but just different ways where you can expand that opportunity for your clientele and holistically plan an opportunity. Right now, I'm working on a $10 million case right here, which would be a pretty cool payday. But more importantly, the opportunity that it's going to unveil for the clientele is great for recurring revenue. Then we got Messer, so ACA Medicare, they're going to be there. That's our IMO for the health side. And then lastly, I'm going to talk about high-end estate planning cases. So there's a lot to this, but if you notice here, there's nothing about recruit the world, recruit the world. This is about how to help your community, how to grow your bottom line, because there's no such thing as passive income unless someone sells something. So let's get to the points on how to sell stuff. That's what we're here for. And so I encourage you, if you haven't registered yet, register now. If you are coming from a different state and you didn't book a room yet, let me know. I can put you on a master list and you can pay when you get there. Long story short, you don't want to miss this. And we will continue these opportunities as we move on. Talk about micro collaborations across the country that I'm looking to do too. So I didn't see any questions. I hope this is valuable for you guys today. Understanding that when you attack something like the small business market, you're going to find a higher return and a higher value. Starting to swim upstream and find the opportunities to work with people like this. It'll help your bottom line. It'll help your consistency, persistency, and overall growth trajectory. So next week, no training because I will be traveling to Dallas on Wednesday. Thursday, I will be planning for the great collaboration. Friday, the same. And Saturday, it's time to go. It's time to execute. So I'd love to see all of you there. Looking forward to the opportunity to serve you any way that I can. And then we'll come back in 2 weeks. And then I will do the buy, sell, key person, and things like that. So thank you for the time. If you need anything, feel free to give me a call, email, whatever. So appreciate it and have a great day.